Hey. So I decided I was going to go live today. Now, if you know me, I've never really gone live by myself, but I decided that I was going to go live today. So I'm fixing me some tea while I wait to see if a few people are going to join, but nobody has to join. So yeah, I decided that I was going to go live today and go live the rest of this week to kind of talk about a few things that I think are super important when it comes to Pinterest, and plus answer any questions that anyone might have when it comes to using Pinterest. We're in quarter 3, so I think this is the perfect time to start using Pinterest, to start getting ready for your business as we go into the rest of the year. So I'm gonna wait for a second. Like fixing my favorite tea as I wait. So I don't really have anything super like laid out, because I was just like, I'm just gonna go live really quickly and just see what happens. I don't usually go live, so this is going to be really fun. So if you have any questions regarding Pinterest, make sure you leave them down below in the comment section. I will definitely answer them. But what I'm really going to talk about today is the importance of identifying your people on Pinterest. A lot of times when it comes to using Pinterest, I get asked this question so much, and it's really like about, how do I know if my people are on Pinterest? What is the right way to use Pinterest? What do I need to be doing in the very beginning stages of using Pinterest? And my answer is always, you need to be identifying who your people are on Pinterest. So when you're starting to use Pinterest, or when you're thinking about using Pinterest, you need to know what's going to happen, who your people are, and what they are actually doing on the platform. So like I said, we're going to talk about why it's important to identify your people on Pinterest and what you really need to do in that beginning stages. Hey, thank you for joining me. I'm just talking a little bit about Pinterest and the importance of identifying your people on Pinterest. So the first thing, or the reason why you want to identify your people on Pinterest, is so that you can know what they are doing when it comes to what they are searching for on Pinterest. So this goes back to the keyword research. In order to identify who your people are, what they're searching for, what they're doing, where your content will fit in, you need to be doing your keyword research, and you need to do that from the very beginning. So when I am having my Pinterest VIB days with my clients, and the B is for badass, if you do not know, I make sure that our first part that we do is talk about the importance of going onto Pinterest and seeing what their people are searching for on the platform. So if you're just joining me, I'm talking about the importance of identifying your people on Pinterest. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions in regards to Pinterest, you can leave them in the comments, because I will answer them as well while I'm here. So yes, back to identifying your people on Pinterest. So you're going to go into Pinterest, and Pinterest is the best place to go when it comes to doing any of your keyword research. You want to use Pinterest as a platform to search on, because that way you can see what is coming up on the searches, what people are actually searching for, what they are doing on the platform. If your content fits in on the platform, you're really getting that kind of like market research while using Pinterest and seeing what is happening on the platform. And you can see what are the different keywords people may be using that you're not even thinking of. I think when it comes to my VIB days with my clients, it's always so funny to me and so interesting when we both get to see like what are the different keywords people are using that they're not even thinking that people are using. So for example, I had a client recently, and she is in pattern making. And so I actually have two clients. One is in pattern making, one is in pattern cutting. And if you don't know, those are the same thing. But if you are not familiar with that, when you go on Pinterest, you might only think to be using the keyword pattern making or the keyword pattern cutting, when you really need to be using both of those keywords as many things, as many keywords as possible in both of those, because you never know what the person on the other end of Pinterest is searching for. And because they are both online businesses, they want to make sure they reach people all over the world. So you have to think about the language, the words that people in different countries might be using. So that example was like in the UK, they use pattern cutting, whereas in the US, they use pattern making. I didn't know they were the same thing myself, but then I found that out. So it's really important to use Pinterest when it comes to seeing what people are doing on the platform. It's really hard to really get things going with Pinterest if you do not do your keyword research, if you do not see what people are actually searching for on the platform. So that's really, really key when it comes to identifying your people and what they're doing on that platform. So what keyword would I use for books and Black authors? So you're going to want to use a whole bunch of keywords that you can find. So my suggestion would be going onto Pinterest and seeing, if you type in something like Black authors, I would use, of course, African American authors, books by Black authors, diverse authors, Black women authors. All those would be different keywords that someone is putting in. And maybe romance books by Black authors. But you also want to think broader. You want to think not just so niche specific. So for example, yes, you might be you're an author who is putting out Pinterest content around romance novels or novels that are written with Black characters in mind. But not everyone is going to come on Pinterest and just type in books by Black authors. I might just type in romance novels. So you want to make sure you have those keywords as well, like romance novels, just like romance books, fantasy books, anything around the whole genre of whatever the content is that you're putting out there. You want to think broad and you want to think niche and not just too niche, because sometimes when I say that people are using Pinterest, we go to search engines kind of like a second grader in a sense. We're just putting the first thing that comes to mind out on the platform or to the search bar. So in that case, you want to just think broader and you want to think very niche as well, because you never know what someone's going to be searching for. You're welcome, Crystal. So let me make sure. I did look at some notes that I was going to but that was really basically all I wanted to talk about, was really quickly touching on the importance of identifying who your people are on Pinterest. Like I said earlier, if you missed it, I plan on going live all the rest of this week, so Thursday and Friday, hopefully, and really just talking more about the importance of using Pinterest, getting any of your questions answered, because I think it's really, really key to be able to get your questions answered by an expert, because a lot of times we just don't know what we don't know, and a lot of times we might be a little afraid to kind of slide in somebody's DMs. Don't be afraid to slide in my DMs. I am very easy to talk to. I do not bite on most days. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me. If you have any questions about this topic of identifying who your people are on Pinterest, make sure you DM me as well. I would love to talk more about how you can make Pinterest work for your business, especially if this is something you're really wanting to get started and you just don't know where to start. Definitely hit me up, message me, and let me know what your struggles are. I would love to hear from you. So if you're watching the replay of this, leave a comment, let me know, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.